Okay, I'm back for my second to last step in the 30-pound tank finish. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the white paint off, grind it down to bare metal. We have a couple ways of doing that. One is with the steel wire brush. It works, but it works really slowly. I'm not a super huge fan of it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to show you guys the difference between the steel wire and another method that I like are these discs. They're Enduro Flex spin-on sandpaper discs. They're pretty expensive. I bought a package of them. I can't remember what I paid, but I know they're 12, 13 bucks a piece. So usually one of these lasts a tank. It's worn out by the time you finish the tank. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Another method guys will use is they will use these hard grinder wheels. I don't like them. They scratch, they make a lot of scratch marks in the paint, and I just don't like the finish. I don't like to see those swirl marks from the grinder. So that's the hard grinder wheel. I don't recommend those. It's either this, which is my favorite, or the wire wheel. So again, I'm going to show you, I'm going to just do a little quick buzz across here and I'll show you the difference between the wire wheel and these flapper discs. So again, I'm going to be grinding the paint. It's very toxic for you. It will not be good. So I do highly recommend putting on your typical safety gear, the respirator, and the, of course, face shield for your eyes. And I got my hand protection. I'll put that on too. So stay tuned. Carry on watching. So that there is the wire wheels. It does a reasonable job. It pulls the paint off quite nicely, but I'll show you the difference between the wire wheel and this. It's all about surface preparation for the paint. You want the best, cleanest surface and the roughed up surface, the etched surface. So the new black paint that goes on here, it's gonna go on with a better chance of sticking. It's hot, these things get smoking hot. Red hot actually, and the black paint seems to last pretty good, and I'm happy with the way I've surface ground with the flapper discs for the paint surface. So I'm going to switch out the discs and I'll show you what the difference between the two shortly. Okay, there we have it. We've got the wire wheel finish. And like I said, it's nowhere near as nice and clean as the actual grinder wheel with the flapper disc on it. I'm going to show you too here. Difference. You come in, you can see this surface here. It's a brushed look. What I'm afraid of is this paint here is going to, like, it heats up and it will dissolve into the metal, and the new paint that goes on there will not be accepted, as well as the freshly ground. Like, look at this. This is like sparkling. It's awesome. You can really tell the difference there, and it gives it a better surface to bond the black paint to. So again, I end up using a flapper wheel for the entire job. Like I said, they are a little bit expensive, but at the end of the day, to me, it does a much better job at preparing the surface of the bottle, because it's all about paint and accepting the paint And that is exactly all I'm trying to do, is create a good bond from the new paint to the steel tank. Because it is really hot, we need to pay attention to that. So there we go. At the same time, I end up going over this entire thing with the wheel. I will touch up the sharp edges. I've got some welding spatter, you know, edges of the rebar. I'll touch them up, soften them, make them a little more friendly. Make sure there's no sharp edges, people putting their hands in, cutting themselves. Don't want that to happen. It's all about a good experience, not a bad one. So, oh, she's a way bit tight. There we go. And yeah, I will also do the legs. I'll give these your sprinkler pipe. I'll do the legs on those too, clean them up, expose the steel, good steel surface, and make it ready for paint. So I will buzz through this next section, and we'll show you the finished product when I get there. Okay. Okay, I'm back for the final part on my 30-pound propane tank build. I'm going to talk a little bit about the paint that I'm going to use. I've got 3 different types of paint here: a trem-clad, a Rust-Oleum, and a Imperial. Now, Imperial to me is kind of a no-name brand, but it actually is the one I use now. It gives me the best heat resistance. It's for the paint that I want, the black paint I want. This is a 700 degrees Celsius, 1300 degree Fahrenheit heat rating. This one here is it is 650 or 1200, 650 degrees Celsius or 1200 degree Fahrenheit, and that was the Rust-Oleum. And the trem-clad, I don't use this anymore. I found it to be a lot less. It's only 350 degrees Celsius or 650 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't use the Rust-Oleum and the trem-clad. I go with this Imperial. I believe I got this Imperial at Rona in Abbotsford. Rona in Abbotsford. I got this. I believe I got it from them. It was either that or Rona, which is Fraser Valley Building Supplies in Mission. I like Fraser Valley Building Supplies in Mission. They seem to carry a lot of different stove pipes, stove paints. I think it was them I bought it from. And different things related to outdoor stoves, or should I say wood burning stoves. The black painted metals, whether it's a chimney pipe or what have you. They and elbows and things like that, they seem to carry a lot of that. So with that in mind, I'm going to go into my next step, and it's about painting. So I've cleaned this off. I've used the a dry clean towel, hold all the dust off, and of course it tells you to give it a good shake. I haven't given it a good shake yet, but I'm going to get started. So you put it on in thin layers. You don't want much. You want it as thin as possible. So the thin layers with So there we have it. We have our first coat with the Imperial Black Stove paint, rated for 700 degrees Celsius, 1300 degrees Fahrenheit. Best paint I've found so far. These paints here, I still use them, but I'll use them for the, say, when I'm painting my bench. Nothing goes to waste. It's just a different heat rating. But for here, I keep finding better paint, and I go with the best. So these paints are very good. I shouldn't say anything bad about them. They work fine. I just use them on bare metal when I'm like on my benches and on my wood racks and things like that. So they do have their purpose. I don't waste them. And I will wait for this to dry. I'll take it inside and let it dry in the warm so it cures nice and under some heat. It's about -3 right now, and it's pretty cold. I do have my my heater, stand-up heater going in here, but it's still pretty cold, and so the paint won't do well in a cold environment. So anyway.